that. I'm going live again because I decided it was so much fun last time. Hey, I decided that was so successful last time that we should do it again. Except this time I'm on my own, so I apologize if anybody's leaving comments. Megan is out with her mother buying a dress, so I'm left on my own. Anyway, if people are watching, welcome back. Let me catch you up to where we're at. I've taken the pickguard out of the guitar so we can work on it. I've decided now I'm gonna disconnect everything from the switch. I think this is a three-way switch, and you should be able to wire up a Strat with a three-way or a five-way switch. Same, no problem. Like, there shouldn't be any difference in the fact that it's a three-way versus the five-way that I just bought to replace it with. And so, just to catch everybody up, when you have a switch, these two sides are completely separate from one another electronically. So we have an input side on this side and an output side, which goes to the volume pot. And so typically in the first three lugs, you put your pickups, right? So your top one, middle one, and bottom one. And then this fourth lug is what's called a common lug. And we connect this lug to this far lug on the other side, which is also a common lug. And then this goes to the volume pot. And in these three positions, generally you join up a tone here and a tone here. And if you want tone on your bridge pickup, you jump this connection from here to here. And then that gives you tone there. And that should work the same whether it's a three-way or a five-way switch. So what I did to make sure this switch works the way it should work, is I tested it. And if I can just get the leads here for one of my two multimeters. We got a bit of a mess on the table, but bear with me. So what I did was I tested this to see if it was working the way it should. And so I don't get any connection over here unless these two are connected. If these two are connected, if you connect these two spots, then you'll get these two common wires. All right, and I tested this when this was all together. You should get, come on. Anyway, you should get a connection there. That all worked. Okay, so then I started testing these pickups, or these pots, and the pots all work the way they should. Let me grab a pot here. I have brand new pots just in case we need them. I don't think we need them. I don't think that's the problem. I feel like something is grounding out in this switch. I don't know what, but maybe some solder dropped down where it shouldn't have done. I have no idea. With a pot, the way this works is really simple. Outside lug is input, so that's where the signal comes in. The inside lug is where the signal, it's called a wiper lug. This is where the signal exits to your output jack. And then the last lug is just a ground. You just ground this. Okay, so to test these, it's really simple. Just grab a multimeter, open them up, Where is the other end of this? Come on for the win. There it is. And you should come up with the resistance of the, there we go. This pot is working. And if I turn it down, or turn it up rather, it's perfect. This is working the way it should. So these all, I tested all these, and then I even tested the capacitor to make sure that was working. So everything, these are all brand new parts. There's no reason any of these parts shouldn't work, which normally this would be like a ground issue. This is like if your pot's acting weird, it's just because you got a ground somewhere out of order. So I've double checked all the grounds and they are all in the right place. I double checked these pickups, that they are all properly grounded. Because people talk about like cold solder joints and everything like that, but if you're getting a connection, you're getting a connection. Right, so to test whether or not these pickups are grounded to the pot properly, I just came over and touched the pot. In fact, I should be able to touch any one of these pots and get so that's definitely properly grounded in the circuit. Now, I'm not an electronics wizard, but this is all seems to be working the way it should. I can't fathom why this would be behaving the way it's behaving. So I'm just going to take the L for $17, or well, Richard's going to take the L for $17, and we're going to just try to see if maybe it's this switch. And if the switch doesn't fix the problem, then I'm going to replace all the pots. Like, I've wired up hundreds of Strats, and I've never had a problem like this. So this is definitely a first for me. And I've wired and unwired this thing several times, several different ways this week, trying to see if it's maybe something in the wiring or the three-way switch. Because I didn't realize it was a three-way switch at first. I thought, oh, wait a second, maybe it's a three-way switch. Maybe that needs to be wired some way differently, but I can't imagine why. Understanding now how these work, right? And just from a visual inspection, it doesn't look like there's solder dripped into anywhere it shouldn't have done. I can't imagine why this wouldn't work. But I'm gonna pray, even though I'm not religious, that this works. That switching out the switch works for a 5-way switch. I mean, you want a 5-way switch anyway on a modern Strat. So even if we're just switching out the 3-way for a 5-way, that's a win. So yeah, here we are a week later. You know, I got things. There's been a lot of snow this week. Okay, kids need something every day. The dog needs to be walked 2-3 times a day. Big 100-pound lab. Okay, if you don't walk that dog, he's crazy in the house. He needs to go out for, and I need to go out for exercise because I'm still super fat. So I haven't taken a minute to glance at the string if anybody's watching, or glance at the screen. If anybody's watching, welcome. Welcome back to the SHIT show. Hey, the dummy in his basement. Here we go. Okay, so new switch, screwed on. So let's talk ourselves through what we want to do here. Okay, so I want this here. So that's the bridge pickup in the farthest lug. the middle pickup in the middle lug. Oh, this is a bit different design. Oh no, it's not. Yeah, let's cut that. Cut a little bit of this schmutz off. There you go. Get in there. Okay. So let's try that again. This is all the stuff I cut out of videos. This is all the jerking around, putting things in 2 or 3 times. There we go. Okay. So pickups. On the left side of the input side of the switch, we have the furthest one is the bridge, middle of course middle, and this last one, its third one here, is the neck pickup, if I can speak. See, that's the other thing I do. I'm doing stuff, and I'm thinking, and I'm trying to speak all at the same time in videos sometimes when I used to make videos. Let's put a little bit of solder here. And we'll open that up. There you go. Just like that. So yeah, so I'm trying to do something, I'm trying to speak, then it starts not going the way I want it to go, and I have to concentrate. And then I have to stop speaking, so I have to cut that part out of the video so I don't sound dumb, but I actually am dumb. Okay, let's trim off that end there, and let's be smart and just get a bit of solder in there first, eh? There we go. Okay, you wait there. I'll be back with my non-dominant hand. Okay. Let's make sure those are... I don't normally do all this faffing about, like I wouldn't normally do this, what I'm about to do, but I'm going to check them while I'm going along the way. Just for my sanity. Okay, so is that connected? Yes. Yes. Good deal. Okay, so we know we're properly connected. Now, this is a bit too long, so we're going to cut some of it. Now we'll just pop those out of the way. And we will make 2 connections at once. I'm going to connect the jumper cable that connects the common lug of the input side to the common lug of the output side. Wow, that really is way too long. I'm going to cut some more off that. How's that? That's better. Still a little bit too long, but okay, more things I would cut out of the video. Me cutting the little jumper lead 7 times to get it to the exact. Okay, that's going to work. And this one is also... no, I think I'll leave that one. Okay, so we're going to get some solder on there first. Okay, that should do it. could get in there. There we go. Why won't you go in there? Another thing I would cut out of the video. Oh, also looking around for tools. I spent a lot of time looking around for tools that I also put down somewhere and then can't find and spend a long time looking for them. There we go. You're in. Okay. Now, put my jumper in. Just add a little tiny bit more solder to that. Perfect. Okay, we'll just trim off that little wayward edge. Pull back my cloth. And we'll just solder that in there now. This is riveting content, I'm sure. It's a lot of video. Okay. Okay. So that means, friends, theoretically, that we should have now a connection from the input side to the output side. And if I touch here, it should ring here. So let's just see if that works. So I touch that, and I get a little dingy ding ding. Then we go to the pickups, and we see if this works. There we go. There we go. There we go. That's working. Okay. So, I've never been so nervous about wiring up a Strat pickguard, but here we go. So what I want to do now is connect the output or the input lug of this last pot to this first, no, to the second lug, and then jump it to the third so that you have tone control on the bridge pickup. Okay, let's do that. So I'm gonna get a little, I got a little lead here somewhere, but I'll just cut a new one. Oh, there it is. There it is. Just cut a new one. And we'll go into the middle here. Okay, I can just barely see it, but we're gonna get it. Okay. So let's get under there. Did we get it? Yes. No. More things I would cut out of the video. Okay, that's a nice little blob. Yep, that's good. Okay, so let's make our little jump connection. More riveting content. There we go. Okay. Let's get in there with some heat. Yep. Another fabulous connection by yours truly. Let's see. Let's see if it works. It should work. I've done it 100 times. More than 100 times. Okay. I've done it. Yep. Yep. Okay. So the last connection in this little puzzle is the other middle tone here to the last lug on this side. And what we're doing here, we could connect this all directly to, and the best way, electronically speaking, is to have connected instead of this to the switch, it would be best, and used to be wired this way, straight to the input section of the volume pod. But instead, because we have this fancy switch, we can join it to the signal of the input side here when that lug is selected. So, in theory, this should all just work the way it's worked for me zillions of other times. I can't imagine, but I guess I can, that it's one of the pots. If it's one of the pots, I'm going to be really pissed off, but I'll change them all out. Okay, here we go. Richard, if you're watching, I didn't actually text you to let you know I'd be going live, because I just sort of decided at spur of the moment. Okay. Theoretically, that is the last connection that we need to make. So we'll just shove this wire over to the side. You just be that wire and shove on over. Okay. Not the cleanest job, but not the worst. Okay, I'll just add a little zip time because I'm so confident. I'm going to add a zip tie. There we go. I love a zip tie. I love a zip tie. There we go. A little cleaner. So again, theoretically, we should be able to test this outside of the guitar. Let's see if it works, because I'm going to cry if it doesn't. Okay. Be the one. Where's my smaller one? Okay, more looking around for tools I just had in my hand 10 seconds ago. There we go. Okay. At least that works. Okay. No! Why? Why are you doing that? Why? Why are you doing that? Okay, so it wasn't the switch. L. I don't understand then. I don't understand why this is not working. Why is this not working? Let's double check my wiring. Is anything touching? I don't understand why that's doing that. Why is this doing this? That's grounded. It's grounded from here to here. There's no way it's these friggin' pots. Okay, let's replace them. Let's friggin' replace them. I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to do. I'm very frustrated. Okay, I guess I'll be making an apology video if it's these pots, but not because of the reason. Not because of the reason Richard said. Oh, this is very frustrating. I'm sure if there's anybody watching who knows what they're doing, they're probably screaming at the screen. The screen I can't see right now. You're just going to have to watch me struggle. Okay. Okay. Okay, now let's desolder these pickups from the pot. Or, why don't we cut them off? And just save ourselves the aggravation. There we go. Cut off the zip tie I was so proud to put on. Okay. Let's get those out of there. And one last connection. I don't know why it would be these pots, but if it is, I'm gonna feel really stupid. But why would it be these pots unless one of them is broken? Like, unless there's a short inside of one of them. I don't know. There's no other ground issue that I can see. This shouldn't need to be connected to the guitar for any reason. It's grounded. I don't know. I don't know because I'm a dummy. Okay, let's get this thing off. Nice. These are not 10s. These are 13s. Oh, come on. Okay, when you can't fix the problem, just hit it with a sledgehammer. Why don't I have the proper... Where is it? Where are all my sockets? There we go. Why do you gotta be the one? Don't make me go find my sockets at. For fuck's sakes. Where is my goddamn socket set? It's out in the garage. Why is it out in the garage? Do I have an adjustable wrench? Probably not. Because all that stuff is in the garage. Oh, this is what we're going to do. Look at this. This is definitely what we're doing. And more stuff I would cut out of the video. Yeah, that's the problem with having tools in two different spots. Okay. It's a lot of going up and down to the garage. All right. I don't know why those don't work, or if they work, or if they don't work, but when I tested them, they seem like they work. If I wire this up and have the same problem, I'm going to be very upset. Okay. 3 brand new CTS pots. What do we got here? 4 GT, yep. These are the right ones. Okay. Oh my God, why don't they just put these on here in the right order? Okay, we don't need all that. We need that much. So we shall put it on. More stuff I'd cut out of the video. Okay, super entertaining live video that I'm running here. There we go in there. A little more. And then we'll put that on so that it's grippy. Okay, we'll put the grippy on there. How are we doing there? Oh, we need a little more. Oh, almost down to the bottom. Okay. Perfect. Then I don't have to do any figuring. These are perfectly going to fit. Except these are 10s, I think. Are these 10 millimeter? Or 13? No, 13. The hand tightest hand tight can get. Okay, doing a good job. I'm doing a good job. Promise. If you can still see all of this. Can you still see all of this? Let's look. Oh yeah, people can see all that. Here we go. There we go. Okay. If you're screaming at the screen, because I'm a dummy, let me just remind you that I am alone and cannot see the screen because I'm looking at the dumb thing I'm doing here. Okay. Let's get that all the way down. Let's get the washer on. The little grippy madoodad. Let's put it on the right way. Is that the right way? No, that was the right way. Stick it through the hole. Line it up. Put the washer on. Hold back. And get it on the hand tightest that I can get it on. Which should be hopefully plenty. Okay. So those two little cutesy tootsies are facing each other. the way they should. Who's putting bets on this failing as soon as I get finished? If you're putting bets on whether or not this fails as soon as I get the new pots on, if it fails exactly the same way, I'm going to cry. Because then where's left to go? A new switch and new pots. There's no way it's the pickups themselves, is it? Couldn't be. It's probably none of these things that I've changed already. But let's keep going. Let's keep going because being on the struggle bus is funny, isn't it? Hey, watching somebody be on the struggle bus, it's funny. Okay, so there we go. We have our new pots. We have our new... I bet these pots work just fine. We have our new switch. Now let's prepare the ends of these. Ground connections from the pickups themselves. I've had this set of strippers for so long, and I bought quite a few years ago when I was still at the old house a really nice set of Klein strippers. Gone. Don't know where they are. Don't know where they've gone to. Every time I use those strippers, I think, I'd love my nice little Klein ones. What happened to the Klein ones? Did they get lost in the move? How's that even possible? I bet they're in some tool bag somewhere. I'll find them years from now. Maybe they're out in the garage, I don't know. We got one more to strip here. But it was a nice set of strippers. Okay. It was a nice set of wire strippers, that Klein Tools set of strippers. So I'm going to tie all these together and solder them together and then solder them to the pot. Okay, that's perfect. Now, I need a little scratchy magooga. Where are we going to put them? Right about there? Yeah. Let's give that a little scratch. Give it a little hit with the solder paste. Okay. Give it a little hit of the solder paste. The solder paste is superb. That's... I want to use that stuff. Okay. slow? Yes, you are. Nice. Okay, those are all soldered together. Now I'm going to put a little bit of solder on the pot. Okay, now we're going to warm that up again. Nice shiny little bead. Nice. Nice and stuck. Let's make sure. Yep. 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 Okay. Now, let's keep going here. Okay, so I'm going to put on, where are you? I know I have one. Okay. Oh, I know I've got one in the drawer here somewhere. I just saw it the other day. Did I take it out already? No. More things I would cut out of the video. Okay, more things I would cut out. Is it not in this drawer? Swear to God I saw it in this drawer. There it is. Why does that have... Anyway. No, that is not a new... That is, in fact, I do not have another one. That's a bleed circuit. Let's fucking... I'm sure this works. Let's just see what this says here. Okay, we can see all that. Yeah. see what the other multimeter says. This one no good. This multimeter is not good for this. That's why we have this multimeter. Let's try again. Well, I really got to get me some alligator clips for this one. Is this working? I'm going to assume it's working. Okay. Working on that assumption. Let's clear ourselves a few spots here for other activities. Okay, just in the middle here. And over here. And over here. Over here. All right, what else we got in ground? We got to make another ground connection here. All right, let's get the paste. God damn, that solder burn hurts. I burned the friggin' top of my finger. I really thought I was going to come down here and put that switch on and this just was going to work. Like, yeah, it's the switch. Like, nope, it's not. It's some other ground problem that you haven't figured out. Some problem that a bunch of people are screaming at the screen that you're not watching. Okay, that's plenty. Okay, that's that. Let's get this thing connected. This goes here. Sometimes I just can't get out of my own way. go. Look at that nice shiny blob. Yes, sir. Okay, now we need another little connectino. You know what? We'll use black. We'll use the color black because that's what it calls for. Hey, that's gonna make the difference. The fact that it's the color black. That's gonna be the thing. Hey, that made it work. Let's move some of these things out of the way a little bit. Get that one in there. And that one. Get some solder on the tip. There we go. The magic blow worked that time. Nice shiny little blob. Okay. Let's push that back a little bit. There we go. Give her one of those. Oh, jumperoo. Jumperoo. Maybe if I sing, this will work properly. Okay, maybe if I sing, this will. Look at that, another shiny little blob. I don't know, maybe things are going my way. I don't want to get too confident right away. Okay, what do we got? What do we got to do now? We got to connect. We have to connect the input wire from the switch to the volume. Input lug. Yes. Another little shiny little blob. What else do we want? What else do we want? We want to connect the tones. We want to connect the tonesies. This one goes here. This one is way too long. Is it way too long? Or am I just... Did I account for it doing this? I was hastily cutting these wires while I was trying different wiring configurations, so some of them are cut quite a bit too long. We'll just trim that off in a second. Magic blow, another little shiny blob. Hey, I bet you guys are all happy you spent part of your Saturday afternoon with me doing this nonsense, eh? Okay, let's connect this little cutesy little magootsy. Okay, let's cut some of that off. A little bit too long. Okay, so now we would like to attach this one here. I'd like to move that slightly out of the way, sir. Thank you. If you do soldering, I don't know if I've said this before, MG Chemicals it's the only brand. I've tried so many different brands of solder. MG Chemicals is the brand. Perfect. Another shiny little blobberino. Okay, so we'll just tuck those back there. That hopefully completes our tone circuit. Now, let's add some ooh, we need a little bit of poop. Solder poop. Okay, especially on the backs of the pots. Otherwise, you got to heat them up way too much. You don't want to spend ages and ages and ages heating up your pots. Okay, it grabbed. And I'm going to we were too slow there. There we go. Another shiny little blob. We love shiny blobs. Okay. How are we feeling? Okay, to the 10 people watching. Are we feeling optimistic? Have you fallen asleep yet? Have you tuned out? Okay, so while that's heating up, we'll just lift it up real quick. Give it the magic blow. And do it like that. Heat that up again. Not the best. Not the best, but good enough. Not the best, but good enough. Okay, now I'm going to heat up I'm going to clean this first. I'm going to get some more solder on my tippity tip. We're going to heat this up once again. If we were smart, we would have done this at the same time, but that's okay. Okay, that's that again. Now, go ahead and add back my output jack. While I shake violently. Probably because I'm hungry. I need something to eat. Okay, you're in there. Just cut us a new little... This cloth wiring is nice to work with, but sometimes it's a friggin' pain. Just back up. Just back up. Okay, that's what we need right there. Need some more solder on my tip. And a nice shiny blob. All right, let's double check our connections. All the pickups. So the white one here. Girl, you just move back so you're not touching anything. Okay. White one is here. That's good. If I select that pickup, yes, yes. Go to the middle pickup. Yes, if I select that pickup, yes, yes. Go to the bridge pickup. Yes. Select that pickup. Yes. Okay, so those are okay. Ground connection, let's just test those. Yep, those are good. So that means all those pots are grounded together. Pickups are all grounded to the pot. This is wired properly. These are wired properly. Please work. Please work. Please work or I'm going to cry. And I'm going to end the live video because I'm out of ideas. Back to the ChatGPT questions. Okay. If this doesn't work, I'm gonna be so upset. I'm gonna be so upset. It works! Stop. Dude, it works. I fixed it. It was the pots. One of those pots is broken. Because Richard thought it was because difference between A and B pots, but I just put all same pots in there that were just came out of there. These are higher quality than the ones that I took out of there. These CTS pots are higher quality, but they are the same 500K. You need 500K for the noiseless, but they're all the same pot. They're all A or B, or that shouldn't make 1 iota of difference. Bro, it works. I fixed it. Yes. Well, that does then conclude the friggin' live stream, because we fixed it, because it's fixed, because it now works properly. What a pain. Who would have thought that 2 pickups would cause you so much grief? Or some pots would cause you so much grief. Now I'm going to have to spend a little time with these old pots and try to figure out which one of them is shorted, because one of them is obviously shorted out, tone-wise. Because that's what would be causing that. It would be a ground problem. Oh my god, I'm so happy. Anyway, there you go. So you can test this outside of the guitar. It's not the cleanest wiring I've ever done, but it's definitely not the worst. I'll go ahead and put, now that I feel slightly more confident because I'm going to have to desolder these to put this back in the guitar. So I will actually do that right now. There's one. Come on. That's it. Okay. So I can turn my soldering iron off instead of leaving it on for 2 days straight. Those Weller soldering irons, these like Pro units, I have 2 of them now. These are the friggin' best. They heat up instantly. Like instant heat. If you do lots of soldering, you got to get one of them. They're pricey, but they're super well worth it. And if you do a lot of soldering, you probably already know about them. Okay, so I'll just give this a little bit of a twist. That's just output connection that I've got here. We'll just give that a bit of an old-timey twist. How happy am I right now, kids? I went live and I was like, this switch is going to fix it. And I'm going to look like a hero. Okay? And then, no, it wasn't the switch. It was the pickups, but not for the reason that Not for the reason Richard specified. Okay, so that's that. Now we'll just tidy this up a little bit because I love tidy little things. I love a tidy little connection, and I love a tidy little wiring setup. Okay, if I was doing this from scratch, I would have done this much cleaner. I've come to like the way just having a nice little, there's no reason not to tidy it up, right? Maybe nobody will ever look at it, but I'll tell you what, when I look inside of a pickguard and I see that somebody's done a tidy little job, it gives me confidence that person cared about what they were doing. Okay, I think that's tidy enough. Could probably put another one right there. Actually, I will. Because when you're putting this inside the guitar body, this is always a pain. We will put another one here. And for people who like tour with their stuff and their stuff gets banged around a lot, this will just make sure that your stuff doesn't, you know, your wiring's never going to get messed up, right? Because it's all nice and clean and tidy. Despite the way my workbench looks, I think that's a bit of a result. Hey, can we see that? Can everybody see that? What am I just showing that to the air? Yeah, I think that's a result. I'm pretty pleased with that. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to make an apology video because I was right about the reason. I was right about the reason that it wasn't the pods. But anyway, here we are. What do you think about that, eh? She'll live to ride another day and Rich will be happy and he'll be able to trade this guitar on to somebody else for something else because that's how he rolls. So maybe I'll go live when I put the whole thing back together. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. I kind of like the idea of doing these live videos. It's sort of fun. Put a little pressure on yourself to produce a result. I got to admit I felt pretty stupid the last video, but here we are. We got it to work. And we learned something. So thank you everybody for spending a little bit of your Saturday with me. Please, hope that's looking at me. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Make sure you hit the like button on the video, and I don't have a Patreon and I don't have any other bullshit, so just enjoy the videos and I'll keep trying to make them because I'm starting to feel the love to make videos again. So for the 12 people who are watching, I appreciate you guys. We'll see you again soon. Thanks a lot.